Hey guys, this is how to lose weight, or even how to get more fit with PoloGrim. You ready? So PoloGrim, that's me. I struggled with my weight for a while, right? Back in the day. Now I've lost some good weight, but this is how you do it, right? You get your pre-made beef patties. You get your pre-made beef patties. These are going to be 240 calories per beef patty, right? 20 grams of protein each. And then you need a rice cooker, or just make your own rice. And you're going to need white rice. So you do about a cup of white rice a day, give or take about 500 calories per cup of rice. Aim for about 2,000 calories. So that's about 4 beef patties, right? 250, 250, 250, 250, 1,000. A cup of rice, 500, 2 cups of rice, another 500. So you can play around with it depending on how hungry you are. Make sure you eat fruit, because if you don't, you'll be pooping real bad. Your poop will hurt because they'll be super hard. So I got some plums and some nectarines and some peaches. I got apples too, but I don't eat the apples. They're not for me. Anyway, so look, this is super simple. You cook the frozen patties frozen. It takes 5-10 minutes. Here's what I really do whenever I'm starting fresh, is I'll take and I'll start making my rice, and then about halfway done through my rice cooking, I start doing the beef patties, or I'll even wait for the rice to finish cooking, and then I'll just cook my beef patties. It takes like 5 minutes, hassle-free. Boom, plunk that rice in there. Since this rice sat overnight, it's gonna be super hard, and we don't like hard rice. So what you're gonna wanna do is break it up. I didn't show it on camera, but off camera I washed my hands. Don't worry, guys. And then, you get your rice going, stick to your hand a little bit, and check it out. Look, and then you take your little paper towel over here. You wanna get a nice little bit of paper towel to cover the top. Right, and then take it back over to the sink. Put a little water on top of that. Enough to where you start getting a puddle. Right, you don't want to do too much, but you don't want to do not enough. That's a lot of rice. So you see how we got a little puddle on top? That's going to rehydrate our rice. So it's going to seep in there. And honestly, we're going to throw the cook power on 50%. We're going to throw the cook time on 3 minutes. And then while that reheats, these are basically done. So the number one piece of advice I got for anybody, if you don't like all-purpose Raging Cajun, kind of tastes like Bojangles seasoning. If you don't like this, then you got to find seasoning that you enjoy eating with every meal, right? Turn the light on. You see all that good fat? We're going to drain that right off. We don't eat that. I don't eat it personally. All right, that's not coming off yet. And then we just layer some thick seasoning on top of these bad boys. Boom. And then we do some garlic powder. You want to make sure to get those patties going around, because how hot I cook these, it'll start to burn if I don't get grease all around the pan, and make sure that I'm not letting that sit on a hot pan with no lubricant. Anyway. And then some onion powder, and that's just my triple bang. I do onion powder, garlic powder, and my Raging Cajun. Because this got enough salt in it already, so you don't need to add any more salt. And then you see it starting to burn. That's because I didn't appropriately get my pan all greasy. And then from here, I'll take this that I was using, and I'll cut them into 3x3s. I really like to use something metal better, but this works fine for now. And this way I'm letting some of that grease out. And I'm pre-cutting them for myself, so that's less work I gotta do later. That's the PoloGrim way, less work later. And then you just chop that up. Kind of like the green screens, am I right? Look, kind of like the green screen. Shout out my dude, Text for Life. Text Next Life. I'm not sure his name. Text something. That's his name though. And then look, I just mix the meat up nice and good. It's nice and charred. I turn my heat off. I got them nice and crispy like I like them. I'm throwing them around the pan now. And then this next part is optional, but I like to do it. So since I got all this meat in here, and I got all that grease, I'm gonna go down in here and I'm gonna get a nice small pan. One that's not in proportion, because if you use just the right size pan, it will see, look at all that grease coming out. And let that up for a second, let the grease. All right, pan's off. This is cooking. I just let that sit. Perfect timing, the rice is done. Look at that. Hope you've been paying attention, because now look at the rice. Is it fluffy? Yeah, super fluffy. So now we just want to make sure it's all chopped up. Hope I'm kind of getting it everywhere. Rufus, come get some of that rice, man. And then boom, we'll throw this back on top. Throw this back in there for, you know, cook power, 50%. Cook time, we'll do 1 minute while we let this sit. Pour that grease off. Which you don't have to pour the grease off if you need the calories. See, that's the difference. If you need the calories, don't pour the grease off. But I don't need them, so I pour them off. And then boom, that's done. And then I just like to leave it covered. That way I can let all that grease build up there, because for whatever reason, when you cover it, more grease comes out of the meat. I don't know why. Even squeeze it if you want. Force that grease out. And as long as you eat it fast, as long as you eat it without letting it cool down, it's still gonna be super juicy. And then I even got a little pro tip for if you mess it up, if you burn it, not burn it, but like you cook all the grease out super dry, or if you're using like a 93.7, like a 93% meat, 7% fat, you want to just take a tiny little bit of water. That's all the water I'm going to use. You want to throw that on top and just kind of rehydrate that meat. Throw it back on the heat though for this part, because we want that steam to, we want to start steaming out, that way it can rehydrate our meats. But the heat's off, as you can see, you know, and then we just pour this and something else, and then we throw it in the trash can, right? Rufus, out of the kitchen. Go, 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 boy. All right, we pour that in the trash. Out of the kitchen, 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 out of the kitchen. Good boy, thank you. See, look at Fiona, patiently waiting. Boom, take it back over to the sink. Clean it out, dude. Oh, it's coffee. I was wondering what was so dark in that cup. And then, yeah, you just pour all this stuff down the drain, dude. We come back over here. I got my beads on, so with the beads on, you either want to throw them up your forearm or take them off when you wash your hands. You get the things wet, dude, you'll be wet all day dealing with that. Seriously. All right, now we wash our hands since we're done touching all the meat. We're done cooking and everything, right? Our rice is done. See, that's a good boy. Stay over there. Good man. Boom, we got 2 bowls because there's 2 people eating. These bowls have to stay stuck. We take out our rice. And since this touched raw meat, I don't use this again to scoop out everything. And then we say, boom, how much rice do I want? I'll do about, that's probably about a cup, cup and a half. So that's probably about 750 calories. And then for Marge, she gets about a cup. There's a little bit left over, so you know where that goes? To Marge. And you know where the rest goes? To me. And you see how it's kind of soupy at the bottom where the water sat on it? So the easy fix for that, if you don't like, if you care, some people do, you just want to let it get covered, right? Because that's what's going to get that moisture out. It's just covering it, letting it steam up and stuff. Cook through this. This one's going to take longer than that probably. But yeah, see, come back over here. Look how much grease I got from just letting it sit. I guess that's water too. But the water's gonna help you get that grease out there too for some reason. It helps cook it out. And you see all that greasy water that's draining out? That's a whole bunch of fat that we're not gonna eat. Even though it's a lot of water, it's also a lot of fat. And then boom, you got this beef. Whoa, that's hot. It's wet on the bottom. Oops. Woo! Don't do that. All right, boom. Sizzle? No, we wiped it clean. All right, that's good. And then we come back over here. This one's mine. That's hers. And then she wanted one, I wanted two. I made 4 because I had one that would have been missing in the... I had one in there because she wants 2, or other way around. If I want 1 and she wants 2, that's 3. I had 4 in the package, right? All right, I had to make it make sense. And then you take something to scoop the meat out with. You come right over here. You go, okay, nice. Look at this meat, nice and dry because I drained all the beef out of it. And you just scoop up however much you want. And I know about how much calories this is because usually I'm only cooking for 1. So that's about 2. That's about 1 right here. And there's a little half one left because I probably took 2.5. And give that to her. You want more than that? Mm-mm. All right, now I'll eat that later or I'll give it to the dogs. I'll probably eat it because that stuff's kind of expensive. So I'm getting it technically at my local Aldi. It is a tiny bit cheaper to get the prepackaged burgers. It's way more convenient, you know, so overall, oh no. I like using big spoons, that way I can take big bites. Here, see, I like big spoons for big bites. I'll take the one with the holes in it, and you can have the one with no holes in it. In case you don't want that yet, or you can use the smaller stuff. Anyway, and then if you want to be nasty, you can use the grease as a topper and juice it all up if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but you could. And yeah, that's how you do it, bro. And you know, say you want to get say you need 200 grams of protein in a day. Say you need 100. Let's call it 150 to be right in the middle. Say you want to get 150 grams of protein in one day, right? That's 8 beef patties total. That's 160. And that's going to be right at 2,000 calories without any rice, right? So, of course, there's things you can do where you don't have to eat 8 beef patties in a day. But that being said, you can get some Fairlife, high quality protein, 30 grams, that's 150 calories for 30 grams. So, my brother told me if you want to hit your protein mark, get 10 grams of protein for every 100 calories. So this is about even. It's actually, it's a little bit less than that ratio, 240 for 21 grams. So it's not exactly right, but then you throw some Fairlifes in there, that's double. So whatever Fairlife, you can substitute in some more protein with beef, or you can substitute in some rice or whatever. But I'm probably gonna I eat about 3 to 4 of these a day for an easy 80 grams of protein. Ooh, it's making my mouth water. Taste test. The rice is throwing me off because I usually make fresh rice. So this is kind of weird. But I made a whole bunch of rice last night, and then we decided to get Chinese food for dinner. Cheat day. Changes every week. Best, easiest, sustainable. This is just what I do. It's easy for me to do it. And I call it my dog food. And I got way too much rice in here. I'm probably gonna eat half this rice for all this meat. All right. Yeah, you know what time it is. Where's my good girl at? Good girl eats first, because she's not all the way over here. So let's take it to the good girl. That's my girl Fiona. Mona Fiona. We call her Mona Fiona because she just whines all day. But we love her, don't we? Good girl. See? And now you good boy. You're in the spot. Slow, slow. I said slow. There's a little bit more. Slow. Hey, Bubba. Slow, slow. Gentle, gentle. Kind of. You're gonna end up losing some. Now I gotta wash my hands again. I'm gonna wash them off camera. Thank you guys for tuning in. PoloGrim teaches you how to cook some beef burgers and either A, lose weight or B, gain weight. You know, it's up to you. Thank you guys. See you later.